Okay, welcome everybody to tonight's multi-region training. Tonight we have got a special guest with us this evening. Tonight my husband, Nathan Carpenter, will be training us on prospecting and sales. He's done a little presentation. I've changed speaker view. He's done a little presentation for us, and basically what he'll be doing is just talking us through how to talk to clients and retaining them. So basically, I'm going to hand over to him. Nathan's worked in sales for about 10 years and predominantly worked in gym membership sales, and now has moved on to multi-office. Is it multi-offices sales?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. And
with a bit of recruitment in the middle.
With a bit of recruitment in the middle. So, and is very much a people person. Nathan can walk into any room, it's really frustrating, and own it and be able to talk to every single person. Like, he can adapt to talking to anybody. So he's just going to share a little bit about how he can do that with everyone today. So I'm going to hand over to Nathan. Can you see?
Hi.
There you go.
You're going to show everybody this thing, aren't you?
This one. This one.
That's the one.
Okay. So
how are you doing, guys? You all well?
You can't hear them.
Hopefully so. I can't hear any of you because Cj's got earphones plugged in, but don't worry about that. How do I...
This one there.
Okay, so Carlan asked me to sort of talk through a little bit about my experiences with sales and the things that I've come across and that I've noticed in sort of a sales arena and how things can work. And I know obviously with you guys and sort of the Arbonne culture, selling is not really the main focus point. The main focus point is helping people. And it fits quite nicely with what I've noticed from something I've always called the soft sell. So I worked in fitness memberships and gym memberships for a good sort of 6 years, where people would assume that's a relatively easy industry to work in, because you have your rushes, you have your downsides. Every single month, fitness sales, they target you to 150 unit sales, and you have to sell to 150 people, which is ridiculous in some gyms if you've ever been into them, to try and get 150 people every month to come through the doors. And the only way that you can do that is what we call through warming people up and understanding what people are after. So I just wanted to talk you through that. I've put together a little bit of a presentation that enables me to show you what I would pay attention to. So with regards to the soft sell, the three things that we're covering over this bit are knowing your audience, understanding when to help, so in other words, the sell or the sale, and confirmation. So let's take you through that in a bit more detail. Knowing your audience, for you guys, there, from what I can see and from what I can understand from what Carlan tells me, which isn't a great deal, is that there are three. That there are three kind of areas that you'd be looking to sell to on a very, very simple basis. You've got your clients, your preferred clients, and your independent consultant. Now, obviously, clients and preferred clients are one and the same, but it's kind of along that route of becoming a client first of all, then becoming a preferred client, all the way through to. Sorry, she's going to turn the TV down for me. So when they get to a point where you can introduce somebody to the business and sort of gain yourself a business builder. So with knowing your audience, with regards to a client, one of the important things is to know where you'll find customers, where you'll find clients. Now, clients themselves you'd find online, at the school gates, after school social clubs, if you're at Beavers or Brownies with your kids, or if you're at the gym, when you're with your partner at social events. Those are the kind of times where you'd bump into people who you would consider to be a client. And wherever the customer may be will determine what they'll be interested in. So your demographic. So the first thing to do is knowing it, with regards to knowing your audience, is understand the demographic of the people that you're talking to. So if you're online and you're talking to somebody, there could be a host of things that they may be interested in. But if you're standing at the school gates, or if you're at an after-school social club, there's going to be certain things that the people that you're around are likely to be interested in, and products within Arbonne range. But from what I can gather, there's a number of different areas that you can cover. So you need to understand what the person is going to be interested in, which is where demographic comes in. With regards to preferred clients, you're likely to find preferred clients, from what I can understand, at cafes, coffee shops, the theatre, restaurants, children's shows, days out. The reason that you're likely to find, these people and where you're likely to find them, in the same way you'll notice the demographic. You'll notice what these people are doing, what their social demographic is, what they're looking in, what their interests are. Those are the kind of things that you're going to then need to target. Wherever the person may be will determine what you talk to them about and what they may be interested in. The key thing here with anything across the board when it comes to sales is listen. They're going to tell you, and it becomes a common theme as well, and on anything that I'm going to tell you at the moment, but listen to them. They'll tell you if they're a client or a preferred client, or even a business builder. The person in prospect, so the person that you're talking to, will tell you what they're interested in. And they're either going to tell you this outright, or they'll tell you it subtly, or they'll tell you it subconsciously. But the only way you'll know what they're interested in is to listen to the person in question. And this will tell you how you can help them, or how you can make the sale. Excuse me. Now, when we say that we need to find out what people are interested in, this is kind of the crux of my whole belief with sales. And whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, it worked for me. So it did me very well for all of the jobs that I've had in sales, and I've been quite successful so far to date. The emotional needs of the client, the preferred client, or the consultant are always going to be the most important thing. Now, when I say emotional needs, every time you talk to somebody, really, really talk to them. So when you're talking to somebody, you listen to what they're saying. Now, the mistake a lot of salespeople make, and the mistake, or the way that a lot of salespeople come across, is that they will sell you. They will sell to you an idea. They'll sell to you a product. They'll sell to you something until they're blue in the face, and they'll tell you how great it is. And you'll come across loads of people in life. You come across guys in phone shops who will stand there and they'll sell you a mobile phone, and you have no interest at all in what they're saying to you, but they'll keep selling you, and they'll keep telling you what they've got to offer. What my suggestion would be is the person that you're talking to will tell you what they're interested in, whether it be something that they need, whether it be a holiday they're booking soon, or maybe they're going to go out for a dinner date in the evening. Maybe they need to lose a little weight, or have a family member's birthday coming up, or something along those lines. They are subconsciously telling you what they need. Once the person lets you in on this, they're letting you know what their emotional need is. Their emotional need is the need that they won't tell you about. So they're going to tell you they're going away on holiday. When they tell you they're going to go away on holiday, what that would say to me as somebody who has a product, okay, so what are the things that somebody's going to take away on holiday with them? What are the things that may aid this person or help them to feel better when they go away on holiday? And whether that's weight loss in some kind, whether that's sunscreen, whether that's some kind of something to do with their skin to enable them to feel more confident when they're out and about, whatever that is that you then choose to tell them about, you need to understand that from speaking to them and listening to what they're saying to you. Whether it's wanting to make an impression at a family gathering, the need to look great for a night out so that their friends can feel jealous of them, need to lose a little weight if they've bought a new shirt or a new dress and want to feel more comfortable in their own skin, want their face to look fabulous when they go out for a night out. All of those things are important to understand, and you can only understand that by talking to somebody and listening to them properly. once you know the emotional need of somebody, you can help them. So once you're armed with the person's emotional needs, you're able to help them choose the right products for them. And when you're talking about things that the kinds of things that are on sale, and the kind of things that you can buy on the online shop, and the kind of things that you guys have and use all the time, you need to ensure that when you're talking to that person, you're bringing back the topic of how this is going to help that person with their emotional need. So they've already enlightened you that, you know, that they're thinking of going away on holiday, and their skin, you know, they've been talking to you for maybe a week, and they've told you that they're going away on holiday at the end of the month. They've got some problems with their skin. Their face feels really dry, and they keep breaking out in different places. You know that this person needs something for their skin that will enable them to feel much more confident when they go out in the sun and when they go on holiday. So therefore, when you're talking to them about the products that Arbonne does, anything to do with the moisturizer, anything to do with the suntan cream, you need to bring that back when you're talking about it, not selling it to them, just talking about that product, but relate that back to somebody who's been on holiday, but used this product 3 weeks before they went on holiday, and their skin has been fantastic. I'm absolutely positive, having listened to CJ as much as I have, that there are case studies that you can use. So if you can find case studies online that, you know, from people at Arbonne who've used these things and they've worked for them, they're going to help you no end. They may not have directly told you what their needs were. Don't get me wrong on this. They're not going to say to you directly, my need is I need to correct my skin on my face, but they'll let in on you. They'll let you in on their emotional need. If they want to, obviously this will bring me back to the points that I was making previously, but this is all about the healthy skin part that I was using. If they need us to lose a little bit of weight, a little bit of weight even, and they've said to you that that they want to look good for their holiday, but they're unsure they'll feel comfortable after all the food and drink they're going to consume, then you could talk to them about nutrition products, and the fact that they'll not only lose a little bit of weight by using, you know, some of the nutrition products, they'll feel healthier. It'll make their digestion system work better, and it's going to help them to feel more comfortable when they go away. You can see my hand is starting to go now. My apologies. The key is the person will tell you, they'll always tell you, whether it be with body language, whether it be with something else, exactly what they want. They're not going to tell you directly, but that's where obviously your network part of network marketing comes in at its brilliant best, because it really does. It works. You don't need to directly sell, but you do need to talk and chat and listen to the person. And obviously when you're talking and when you're listening to people, their emotional needs will become apparent to you. The keys to remember are obviously listen to the person that you're talking to. Don't sell the products wholesale. Don't go out there with the mindset of just Arbonne products are brilliant, I'm going to sell them to this person because, you know, they're fantastic and they work for the million people that have seen them and you know, and they're fantastic. Don't sell them. Just listen to the person that you're talking to. Establish what their emotional needs are, whether it is that, you know, that they need to lose a little bit of weight, whether it is that they need to improve their skin, whether it is that they want to have a better makeup face because they're worried about, you know, their looks, or they've got a date coming up, or they're starting out in a new relationship and they want to give the right impression, or whatever that may be. Establish what it is and make sure that you key the products that you have back to these emotional needs. Now, for me, working in a gym membership, that was a very easy correlation to make. So I would sit there, and rather than say to somebody, okay, so when they come in, this is what my gym is, I'll take you for a tour of it, showing them everything in the gym, because it's all fantastic. It all looks wonderful. It's brand new. You know, we've got some fantastic treadmills and some weights over here and a bike, and it's all brilliant, and it'll all help you lose weight, and you'll be fantastic, and you'll look fabulous, and you'll have no worries for the rest of your life. You'll be brilliant. And that would not only alienate half the people who come into the gym, but it would also annoy them, and that'd be showing them things that they have no relevance to them whatsoever. So I always found the best thing, and the best thing to do through any training, was to sit that person down and talk to them. and listen to what they're saying to me. So what they're saying to me is when they come in, some people would come in, they've got a medical need, they've been sent in by their GP, they need to lose some weight. Now, immediately that would say to me, okay, so I'm not going to show them the whole gym. I'm not going to show them everything that the gym has to offer, because they're not going to be interested. They're not going to understand. They're not going to be bothered. It's not relevant. But what I can show to them is that we've got a fantastic GP referral scheme, and introduce them to the person who runs the GP referral scheme, because that person is the person who they would be talking to most often. That's the person who would give them what they need, which is the weight loss. And they're going to and explain to them. They're going to talk to them not only about how good the gym is, but also about diet and all of those things as well that are going to help them to get there. For you guys, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing in any walk of life. Even with the offices that I sell now, all I need to know is what the emotional needs of the person coming in the door are. And if the person coming in for an office, if their emotional need is that office's cheapest office that they can possibly get hold of, then it determines whether I'm going to show them one thing or another thing. But I have to listen to them. I have to really have that conversation. And even on any plane or any level, it will obviously become apparent. The last thing really is have confidence in the products and how they help. They do help. I've seen they do. So, the person knows they do, and then for the exact things their emotions require. You'll sell before you're trying to sell. I promise you, if you listen to people and understand what they want. So move on to confirmation. When someone tells you they want to buy something, some of the time they'll let you down, I would imagine, because they'll tell you I want to buy this, and then they'll disappear, or then they'll ring off at the end of a call. Never stop communicating. Text them to confirm what they said to you. Tell them to tell you again what they're interested in writing. It commits them. Once they've written it down, they don't want to say no, and they don't want to back out. Text message them when you're ordering, and text message them when you finish placing the order. It involves them in the whole process, and they know what it means. They know what is happening, and it leads on to the next step very, very clearly. They'll tell you about their life. They're always going to tell you about their life, and the more products they buy, the more that tells you about their life. Establish how Arbonne can make it better, and that will lead you to conversations. If you tell someone how Arbonne and the business has improved your life, and these ways are similar to the person's own emotional needs, then even though that person hasn't directly told you, that maybe they've subconsciously told you that what they want, they'll be far more likely to inquire about how they can get involved themselves with the business. Ensure that any reference you give to Arbonne or the business it reflects back to the emotional needs of the person in question. The most important part of the whole process, I can't read because all your faces are covering it. How do I cover that out of the way? The most important part of the whole process, we try to convince the business builders, is that they need to feel like they're the only person you've ever talked to about this, and that the business will be perfect for exactly what they need in their lives. But whatever you do, don't forget to listen to them. Yeah.
So I'm just going to start sharing. So
thanks, guys.
That was Maple's training.
I don't have anything else to add, so I'm going to pass it back over.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, won't you?
How good was that? I've got to be nice to him now for the rest of the evening.
That was really good. Thank you so much, Nate, for giving up your time to train us all. Fantastic.
So I'm just going to unmute everybody. There you go. I've unmuted you all. We've got about 5 minutes before region training. So has anyone got anything that they want to talk about? 3 minutes. My clock must be slow.
Stop recording.
Oh, mine. This one says 2. Anyone got anything to say before we clock off?
Recording.
Can't hear anything. No? No, just reading the comments. Okay, lovely. Right, I'm going to stop recording.